You've beaten the tutorial of the first Descendant. Get to this place and like, what the hell is all this on my screen? Like, what is this place? So this place right here is called Alabin. This is going to be the safe place. It's almost like the tower from Destiny. I'm going to walk you guys through this whole tower of what this place actually is. So it's going to guide you to level up your character, level up your weapon, getting modules and upgrading them, and just crafting all that kind of stuff. So when you first come to Alabin, I mean, there's actually going to be like two fast travel points, which is going to be one over here, then one on the other side. But we're going to focus on this one because this is pretty much where you spawn at. If we come out of here, you also have your mailbox. If you buy something, your items will actually show up in your mail. And if you get like rewards or Twitch rewards, they will show up over here. And then if your inventory gets too full, then your items get crowded. They will also end up in your mailbox also, which would be like the lost and found. So, which is quite nice. So if we head over here into this building over here, so this is going to be your kind of, what should I call it? So this is going to be activate prime hands. So this is going to be the mastery rank up. So you can raise the mastery rank by earning mastery rank EXP. The higher the mastery rank, the more benefits you will receive. The reason why it's getting me a tutorial because I recently downloaded the game. I had to restart my computer. Now it's telling me how to pretty much play the game already. Trust me, I played this game for probably 300 hours. There will be certain mastery ranks to access certain things inside of the game. So you got to make sure they're actually ranking up your mastery rank. So I wasn't doing that at the beginning because I was getting a message in the beginning of the game where it said mastery rank up, just kept popping up. I'm like, okay, what is this? So I went to here, ranked up. It would give you more module capacity for your modules and more slots. And it tells you right here listed on the screen here that it tells you what specific item that it's going to upgrade. So like +3 is your equipment inventory slot. Then it literally tells you what you get. So this is pretty awesome. So the mastery rank up is very important because some of this is going to be locked behind you getting a specific item in the side of the game. It's like, oh, I got to be master rank. Can't do that yet. So when you get a chance, come to this place and make sure you actually rank up your master rank. I'm mastery rank 17 right now. It's a grind. I have 300 plus hours in this game. And oh my God, dude, it's like the mastery rank is the most important thing to do besides your level. And it's so much of a grind. So we're going to keep going over here. The most important thing after you beat the campaign, if you actually go over here into the Descendant Instructor, why this is important because it's going to give you some after you beat the main game, I think it gives you the crystallization catalyst or the energy activators, which these are the most two important items of the game. Each mod in the game will indicate a symbol. Apply that to a slot for your Descendant. If you have a mod that's like 15, that's the number, and you put this on there, it's going to cut the number in half. So the capacity of that module is going to decrease by using this catalyst right here. And that's pretty much what it does. So if you look at my character right here, I go to Descendant module, the green numbers, those are the things I use on my mods, which will decrease the capacity of more mods on your character. That's basically what that is. And the energy activators, this gives more capacity to your weapon or your Descendant. For example, if your character has like 50 capacity, you put that on there, it's going to upgrade it to 79. So you can apply more modules on it. Increases the capacity of your weapon or your character so you can upgrade it even more and put more mods on it. After beating the game, talking to this guy is the most important thing because he will give you some goodies to help you do more damage basically. So that's that. So we head over here to the side of the map here. Pretty much this is going to be the fast travel side of the city entrance. So you pretty much spawn right there. Once you come out of here, this area right here is going to be the most important thing in the entire game because this is some crazy stuff here. So we're going to start with the first building over here. This guy, honestly, Deslin, whatever his name is, if I pronounced his name wrong, I'm sorry. This guy makes you buy weapons, reactors. Just pretend this guy's not here because he's kind of pointless. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have not used this guy once in my playthrough. I have over 300 plus hours played. Do not go to this guy. He's pointless. Don't care. So I'm just trying to help you guys. So we're going to go to this workbench over here and act with this. So basically the weapon leveling transmission is basically if you have a gun that's really low power and you want to upgrade it to a gun that you have over 100,000 DPS on it, you can pretty much select a weapon and pretty much infuse it. It's almost like Destiny 2 where you take an enhancement core or whatever and you like make it stronger, you upgrade it. That's basically the same thing what you're doing here. So once you beat the game, everything is going to be level 100. So if you have a gun that's going to be level like 43, for example, and you have another level 100 gun, you can infuse it with this and it'll say weapon level transmission. And what you're going to do is it tells you what it's going to be upgraded. So it's going to be plus 86,000 firearm ATK, which is actually very good. And once you level this up and watch my gun, there we go. It goes 43 to 100, just like that. It's going to upgrade the damage too. So pretty much much you're infusing a weapon with another weapon to make that weapon go up to the weapon you want, if that makes sense. So if the first weapon is garbage and the second weapon you want, you can infuse the best weapon with the new one, so it will make your weapon better, if that makes any sense. For an instant, if I want to use the Devil's Call SMG, it's like, okay, I want to use this weapon, but it's only level 38 and it only has 14,000 DPS. So I'm going to take a better weapon that I have. I'm going to select the one I want that I don't want. Now I'm going to infuse it. It increased the DPS and now it's level 100. If you have a weapon that you really like and it's very low tier, like low DPS, you can infuse it with a weapon and it's just going to make it way stronger. So hopefully I'm confusing myself with this. Hope you guys understand this. So we have the weapon adjustment. This can be very confusing. So this weapon adjustment thingy, these slots for your gun, these are going to give you special power up thingies. There's going to be weak point damage. There's going to be chill ATK. There's going to be bonus damage against, Legions of Darkness and hipfire accuracy, or more bullets in your mag, or do more crit damage, or have more bullets in your magazine. It's whatever. But the more you lock and you want to focus the slots that you don't have locked, so it's going to cost you one fine adjustment control access, which is going to take one, which you can just reroll it. That's what it does. It's pretty much going to reroll your slots on your weapon, which it's going to make your weapon actually better. If you like the weapon change speed, you want to keep that locked. The more things you lock, the more it's going to cost. So if you lock 3 of these, it's going to cost 20. It's a bit of a grind. If you have 3 mods on your weapon that you actually really like, reroll the last one, it's going to cost you 20 of these, which you can craft these over time, which is not really big of a deal. And in the beginning of the game, this one's going to be tough. So do the first one roll. You can just keep re-rolling it. It's like, oh my God, okay, I'm going to lock these 3 golden items because I want to keep these, but I want to re-roll for something better in this slot. So I want to readjust. It's going to take 20 of these. There we go. We got that. So that's basically how this weapon adjustment works. It can be quite confusing, honestly. We have an enhanced unique ability. So how this works is if you get a weapon, if you go craft a weapon, there's going to be these 4 little boxes on the side of the weapon, which that tells you how many times you can craft the same weapon into the same weapon, if that makes any sense. So you can pretty much craft this weapon 4 times. And as you craft this weapon so many times, it's going to fill up each box, which is going to make it stronger. So if I want a full Enduring Legacy weapon, I would need to craft this thing 4 times, then infuse that with this weapon. And it's going to do crazy amount of damage. So each weapon you craft is going to have these little boxes on the side here. So pretty much you can farm the same weapon 4 times. You can infuse that with that same weapon and it's going to give you a lot of power. So it's really up to you. But if you want the max damage of that specific weapon, you're going to have to grind that same weapon like 4 times to get the full potential of the weapon. Now we have reactor enhancements. Reactors are these reactors that you would get that will pretty much upgrade your skills and it will have a different attributes to your skill power. So as you see here, it says skill power, then sub attack power. So once you will level up your character in this game as a new player, equip all the green numbers. You want to equip the best ones you have. These are going to be really good. After you reach level 100, everything's going to be level 100. You need to farm specific ones. The one I found, this is the one I have. As you see here, it has 2 little orange dots here. So that means I upgraded it twice. I have 11,724 skill power and then over 24,000 sub attack power. At the bottom, it tells you what skill power, when equipped, it tells you how much damage that specific skill power is going to do. Then you have at the bottom there, you got non-attribute skill power boost ratio. Each reactor is going to have a different pros and cons to it. It's just how it is. You're going to have an HP healer modifier or a skill critical hit damage, or maybe you might get a singular skill power boost ratio. Everything's different. So you pretty much work around these components as you level up the game. If you pay attention to, like, do you want max shield or do you want max HP? Basically, how you're going to build your character around these. You got these sensors. You have the reactors. You have I call this the mini fridge, but it's a memory. I call this the CPU, but it's called a processor. Well, that makes sense why it's called a processor, but that makes total sense. I stick with this one because it has max shield of 275. Then the module drop rate increases modifier, then MP recovery out of combat, which is pretty good. And then I have 2 sets of electrical skill power modifier plus 8.6%, which is really good. And you have max shield, defense, more defense. So it all depends what you want for your character. Do you want more defense? Do you want more HP? Do you want more shield? What do you want your character to be based around? That's basically how you're going to build this character up. So as you level up your character and go to grind all these missions, as you complete everything, you're going to get all these. You're going to tell what's better. If you see like a red number, that means it's going to be like, don't equip. If it's a massive red number, it's in the negatives, do not just delete those. You want to look for the green numbers that increase your stats. So basically, that's basically what that is. So now if we head over here into this character over here, this is what the workbench is going to tie up to this because, so the weapons, these are the weapons you can actually grind inside of the game. These are the weapons that you can actually craft multiple times. This is what I meant. at the workbench for this weapon, if I want the full potential of this weapon's damage, you need to craft this thing 4 times. I'm not even joking. You think one time was hard enough? You got to craft this thing 4 times. You pretty much infuse it into one weapon of these, and it's going to give you the full potential of it. As you see here, it requires mastery rank research available at rank 1. So that's why I said the mastery rank is very important. So all the weapons you grind inside of this game, it's all going to depend whatever weapon you actually go for. I'll probably just find one weapon to really focus on, because if you're trying to do multiple weapons, it's just going to be too stressful. So just find a weapon you actually really like or you want, then focus on that weapon. If you really like it, farm that thing 4 times until you get all the pieces, craft it 4 times. Then basically you're going to go to that workbench. You're going to interact with the workbench right over here. You're going to go to enhance unique ability. You're going to select a weapon. Then once you craft that same weapon, once you have duplicates of that weapon and you infuse it to the main one 4 times, you're going to get that full potential, which is crazy. So it says here, on hitting an enemy, increase status effect trigger rate. So if you want to max out it during legacy, like I said, you just come to this place over here. Pretend if you crafted another one of these, you just come here, you select the gun. It's the same one as this version, and you infuse it. Then you have one box that's filled up. So it's going to tell you how many times you put into it. So the more you craft of the same weapon and infuse it, it's going to do more damage. So that's the way that works. For Descendant, this is basically how you craft your Descendants once you go to farming your specific item that you want for your character. So that's basically how you do this. Select a character. Once you have all the items for that character, you go to research request, and sadly you have to wait for that research time unless you buy it to reduce it, or unless you spend all your coins inside of the game and game currency with real money and basically get rid of that time, which I don't really guarantee unless you have extra money and you actually want to grind this game. So if you go to weapon, like I said, these are all the weapons inside of the game. This can change in the near future. These are all the weapons you can actually grind inside of the game and farm for these. And to get that full effect on that weapon, you got to farm it multiple times and you have to infuse it with that weapon. So Descendant materials, these are going to be each part you grind for each Descendant. It's going to have a part to it. You just go to Descendant material and you pretty much can research requests just like that. So your weapon materials, if you go to weapons, it's going to tell you each piece that you need. So if you go to acquisition info, it's going to tell you exactly where to go to get that specific part. And then if you want to farm this multiple times, I will farm that area until you get 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these. Then you can just craft all those simultaneously each day. Then you can have a full power weapon, if that makes sense. So the enhancement materials, these are going to be very important. Some of these are used for using at the workbench to reroll your mods on your character or upgrading your weapon. There's going to be different things you can actually use this for. So these are going to be very important for your upgrades. So if you go to the workbench, you go to the weapon adjustment. Each weapon is going to have a different material here. So I got a weapon here. It says adjustment control axis. This is what this does. I can readjust it. There's different kinds of materials inside of the game. It can be very confusing. So each weapon is going to be tied to a different one. So that's why I like to, craft a few of these a day. So you can have, if you have a weapon that you want, you can just readjust with that material, and it tells you how to get that material by just going to acquisition info. So which is really helpful. All these, the ion accelerator or the adjustment control axis and the precision phase exchanger or the phase exchanger, these are all materials that you can use to changing the mods on your weapon. So each weapon's going to be using one of these materials. They're going to be used differently on different weapons. It's not going to be all the same thing because that would just be too easy. That's basically how this place works. And you have featured, you have the option to buy characters. You can complete grind them or buy it. So it's totally up to you. So if you come over here into this little tunnel over here, we're going to come to this guy over here. As you play this game, mods are going to be the most important thing because those are going to increase the DPS, damage per second, to your weapon as possible. So if you go to enhance module, as you play the game, you're going to get these modules for your Descendant and for your weapons. Pick and choose what you like the most and what's going to increase your stats of your weapon. This is basically what I have going on here. If you open your character up, go to Descendant modules, you can see all the modules that you have on your character. Then if you click on this icon right next to your weapon, you'll see all the mods that you have equipped to your character or your weapon. There's going to be modules for your weapon and for your Descendant. And to upgrade those modules equipped to your character or your weapon, you go to the module master, go to enhance module, you select it, then you're going to enhance it, which you're going to upgrade it, which you're going to need Kuiper shards. It's a currency used for module enhancements. These Kuiper shards can be found basically by playing the game anywhere. There will be other guides on YouTube to show you how to farm Kuiper shards more quicker. Gold currency is also used for that. This can get very expensive while you upgrade upgrade and increase your upgrades for your modules. So it's going to get very pricey. Gold and Kuiper, you can earn both of these inside of the game, but there's going to be some farming to do to get a lot of these. For example, what I did is to farm a lot of gold coins is going to the special operation and defend Alabin resources. So if you see this kind of rainbow shield here, I usually go here and I get a lot of gold from there. But that's basically how it's going to work. This video is not going to be about the best farm, the best Kuiper farm, or the best gold farm, but this is going to basically a beginner's guide of how the game actually works. I'm gonna get someone in the comments below, oh, you didn't do this. Oh, now you do it this way, you do it that way. Guess what? Don't care. It's my channel. I'm gonna do it how I want to do it. This is a beginner's guide. There's an option called dismantle modules. If you get more than one of the same modules, pretty much a duplicates, there's gonna be a button you can press at the bottom that says select duplicate modules. You can select this. I'm gonna press shift, and there we go. It's pretty much gonna get rid of the extra modules that are duplicates, and it's gonna give me 19,000 Kuiper shards for those. So I can just disable those by pressing the same button. So we're gonna dismantle those, and there we go. Got Kuiper shards from that. So if your module capacity gets way too high and you have too many of them, you just come to this guy right here, dismantle modules, press one button, and it tells you to delete all the duplicates all at once, just like that. So combine modules. This is actually one of the most important things inside of the game. Some people that don't know, if you select 4 different modules, it's going to give you a different one. You can combine these, and some modules are actually exclusive to only combining, which is actually insane. So instead of just selling them for Kuiper shards, if you have duplicates for modules, you can just come here, select 4 of them, combine them, and you'll just get a random one. You might get the one you want, and you might get the one that's actually exclusive only for combining, which is crazy. So that's basically how that works. So the most important thing is going to be the menu of the game. As you see the menu here, top right, you got your Kuiper shards, and you got your gold, you got reactor. Of course, you got your weapons and your components, and you can actually save presets, because if you want like a boss damage build, save that slot. You want a farming bunny build, save that slot. So these are like custom slots you can save to a corresponding like a farming build or a boss damage build or a clearing ads build. Whatever build you want, save it as a preset, just like that. The shop obviously says in its name. This is the item shop. You can basically buy the skins, or you can buy the Descendants, or you can buy the Ultimate Descendants. It's up to you. You can buy it straight out, or you can completely grind it out. Totally up to you. Battle Pass, there's going to be free rewards in here. These can be quite grindy. If you do the challenges, these will complete more quicker. If you do buy the Battle Pass for $10, you also get the caliber, which is like the in-game currency you can actually use to buy other stuff in the shop, which you don't need these, but I would recommend if you got a spare $10, you can get some Kuiper shard gain plus 30%. So you can get some double Kuiper shards from the Battle Pass. I think the Battle Pass is pretty worth it. So if you're going to be playing the first Descendant, if you're going to be grinding the game, I think it's worth getting the Battle Pass, but it's totally up to you. There's also going to be a bonus shop here, which you can earn after you reach level 100, and after there's levels up to 100, you will receive these bonus coins, which you can buy some extra stuff here. That's also what the battle supply shop is going to give you extra microtransactions inside of the game for leveling up past 100, which will give you these extra coins. You can pick and choose, pick wisely. There can be skins, calling cards. Did not mean to buy that, but we have it now. Weapon skins, a little badge for your character. Can be other cool weapon skins like this one. Be cool effect like that. When you teleport, your like character like flies up in the air. Yeah, nice little Ajax skin right there, which is nice. We have customize. You can customize your skins, your head skin, and you can change basically what your character looks like by doing that. Weapon skins, obviously, you can earn all these in the game. Spawn, those are the effects, how you spawn or fast travel to a different point in the game. UI theme, you can kind of change it, which is kind of cool. It's kind of dope, actually. You know, it's just pretty much whatever you want can do that. Grappling hooks, those are just microtransactions. If you earn any of those name cards, you can just chain these as you play the game. Totally up to you. Optional. We have skins like this. We have the Esive. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. These are pretty much little icons you can have above your head. It's pretty much just a show off a little logo above your head. It's nothing special, but it's just a microtransaction cosmetic inside of the game. You will earn free emotes, sprays. If you have the battle pass, you'll get more emotes. Blah blah blah. Kind of the same thing. Inventory. It's self-explanatory. Your character and all your components and your weapons. Descendants. You can favorite descendants. You can change your character in this menu at fast travel points in the world. Then you have consumables, which tells you everything that you have, so you can actually keep track of what you're farming. So journal, these are just rewards. Each map location is going to have. These can be very important because if you actually farm for these are going to unlock specific emotes and XP for your mastery rank, which is going to dramatically help you level up your character. So it'll also help you level up your battle pass too. So each location is going to have all these challenges. So if you want to do all these, it's totally up to you and it's optional. Totally up to you. Like I said, access info is the most important place in the game. This is why, because this is a Wikipedia of the game. This is pretty much Google of the game. I'm not even joking. This menu right here is the most important thing about the first Descendant because it tells you where everything is. It literally tells you. If you want to get a specific item in the game, you come here and it tells you where to get it, and how to get it. I'm not joking. It's mind blowing. So if you go to a Descendant, get to acquisition info, it tells you where to get it. Holy crap. You don't have to Google. If the menu doesn't fully explain how to do this and how to do that, you can obviously still watch YouTube videos. It's just a straightforward guide telling you how to get it, where to get it. And just, it's so cool, man. And it tells you where each item is for a weapon. You select it. It tells you what all the materials you need for a specific weapon. You select that material, acquisition info, and it tells you all the locations you can get that material. So good. I love it. If you want to farm a specific item like an energy activator, go to it. It tells you where to get it. Acquisition info. There we go. It's so simple and it's mind-blowing. If you want a specific module inside of the game, you can actually search it up and it tells you how to get it. These show you the modules you have unlocked and don't have unlocked. So if you want a specific module for a specific character that you don't have unlocked, pretty much select it, acquisition info, and it tells you where to get that module. You don't need to go to, oh, how do I get this module? The search bar on YouTube. You don't need to do that. It tells you right here. It's right in front of your eyes. You just got to open your eyes, navigate through the menu, and it tells you. It's crazy. Voice crack, not cutting out because we're grinding out here. It's crazy. It tells you basically whatever module, your weapon, your character, your Descendant, it tells you what you have unlocked and what you don't have unlocked. Select that specific module and it tells you where to get it. And it tells you what boss, what location, and what area. It's insane and I love it. And that's what made me fall in love with this game because you don't have to guess where to get specific items. Like, okay, how do I get this and how to get that? How am I supposed to know where to go to get these specific items? You don't have to guess. You just go to access info and it tells you where to get every piece. So good. It even works with internal components, sensors, memory, processor, auxiliary power. These are all items to upgrade your character to have specific max XP or max HP or shield or whatever build you're going for. These are going to attribute to your character and how much HP you have, how much shield you have. It tells you where to go. It's insane. Core material, blueprints for weapons, acquisition info, tells you where to go. Basic materials. If you want to farm a specific material like pure energy residue, acquisition info, it tells you exactly where to go. So if you get lost and you're trying to farm a specific material for your character, or you just want to stack up a lot of this so you don't have to farm it every time you crop something that needs that material, you just go to acquisition info, go to the location, farm it, and there you go. You have it. You don't have to play the guessing game. And this even works for amorphous material patterns. These are for, this is pretty much going to be your base of farming. So these amorphous material patterns are locked behind, when they're not locked, but it's going to tell you to go to a specific area to farm these. Then once you get enough of those, you're going to go to, that's going to be linked to a void fragment, which is going to be locked to a specific character ability. And you basically farm that and you go to a specific area and you fight a boss and you use that material on that boss. And basically you have a chance to get whatever linked component that's linked to that amorphous material. So these are going to be important the most because these are going to unlock you components to your characters and your weapons and specific items inside of the game, which is really cool. I did not mean to back out there. So we got our basic materials, amorphous materials, core materials. It tells you what to do. Amorphous material, like I said, these are going to be, you're going to be farming these a lot at different locations and during boss fights. You'll be using these to get the items you see on the screen there. The ultimate VSS Biocatalyst Blueprint does just, it tells you everything. It's just mind-blowing. I know. You got quests here. You can mark specific quests. It's kind of just straightforward here. You just select a quest. You got main quest, sub quest, it's in the exclusive quest, and just like that. So it is pretty insane how much the information the game gives you to get a specific thing in the game. It literally basically tells you. When I first started playing this game, when I first went in here as a new player like you guys, I did not know what this place was. I did not know anything. I did not know that a specific item. I didn't know access info. Go to this. I didn't know it told you what to do. It was just, I think I played hours and hours before I even noticed that. I was like, how do I get this? How do I get this? How do I get that? And it's like, wait, the game has an end game. You can just go to, you can go to access info, and it literally tells you where to get this specific item. It's actually insane. It's so good, man. It can just organize your stuff, and you can plan out your stuff, what you're going to do next. And it's so good, man. So as you play the game, you're going to go to mission to mission to mission. Make sure to follow the purple icon, because those are the main campaign quests, which will lead to boss fights. And just by playing the game, going through missions, completing the storyline, and you will actually earn a Kuiper shards in gold, which will be used for upgrading modules, which modules are the most important thing to upgrading your weapon and your character. There you go, guys. So that's going to be a beginner's guide of how to start on the first Descendant, pretty much going through everything. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please comment below. And if I didn't touch anything that I should have touched on, please comment below also. And like the video, hit the sub button, hit the bell notification to never miss a video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.